Welcome back to Transport Fever 2. Welcome back to the city of Des Moines. The cargo train is now just officially heading out towards Miramar. In today's episode, I would like to actually extend this cargo train all the way up to Durham. That's right. There's actually several different things we need to do as far as making sure that we can A, extend this rail, and B, we have some issues going on that we need to address. This is one of them here in Des Moines with the traffic backing up like pretty badly all the way through the city. And the other one is actually over here at our fuel, the Des Moines fuel refinery. As you can see, we have a second traffic jam that is backing up there as well. I would like to start actually here next to the Des Moines fuel refinery and take a look at these two lines. We have line number 5, which is the Lakewood oil sand. And what I want to do is check the stop times on these. So we are going to go and shut all stop times off. Okay, we're also going to try to move its platform. And what I think I want to do, the best option here to get this to work again, is to actually put another cargo stop in on the side. And this way I can actually tell one line to go to the other cargo stop. So if we take a look at line number 9, construction cargo, I want to check the wait times as always. It doesn't look like there's any wait times, but for the Des Moines Exchange, I want it to go to 3. This should actually fix our traffic jam. As you can see, traffic is now starting to move again. So this should actually work itself out now. The other issue is over in Des Moines. This one is not going to be just as simple as adding another cargo station. This one, I am actually going to have to pause the game and I'm going to have to tear this up. So we're going to actually destroy the roads out of here for now and push this back like this, because what I want to do is I need some space, because not only are we going to extend the rail, but we're also going to update our central hubs, and we're also going to update our train stations as well. And I always get a vehicle stuck on a road, so what I'm going to do is just extend a road back to there, and then I'm just going to push this guy back onto the correct road until he's back where he should be. There we go. That fixed that problem. Now what I want to do is I want to come in here and I want to configure this station. Okay. First thing is take that building off. That's a cargo building. And I want to actually come in here and I just not only want to extend this to a 4-track platform, but I also want to upgrade to high-speed rail as well. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to put a double track here in Des Moines, and then I'm going to get myself a passenger station here. And actually, you know what? I made a mistake. Actually, that's not correct. We're actually going to put another cargo platform here. Then we're going to get a passenger platform and then put another track in, a double track. And this way, this will actually handle both. Now keep in mind, this is going to be a very expensive project, by the way. I'm talking upwards of all the loans we can take. Like, I'm going to go up to, say, $30 million. I might as well, because that's what it's going to cost to finish this. So let's go ahead and put another passenger platform down there, just like that. And now what I want to do is come to the side here, and I want to add on some cargo buildings. So I want to get 2 of these stations towards the end, and then I want to get a couple passenger buildings as well. So I think I'm going to go with this. It's going to destroy one of those buildings, but I'm okay with it. Now what I want to do is get a road, and the road can simply go straight in like this. This should be perfect. There we go. The Des Moines area is completed except for the central hub. So over here, I would like to put another truck stop in and convert it into a central hub by having passenger and cargo both stop on this one platform. There we go. So let me go ahead and configure this. And basically we're going to do the same thing. And that's how we're going to actually get it so we can transport goods and passengers all the way from Miramar all the way over to Durham. So I'm going to set a couple of passenger stops down there. I'm going to give them a station so they have a place to go when the weather's bad. And I'm going to set 2 additional cargo hubs over here. That completes their central hub in Des Moines and also completes our train station as well. Now what I want to do is I want to tear back this track a little bit. Not too much. I want to go back to about there. I want to upgrade all the tracks on here because I want to convert to high-speed rail. So let's go ahead and do that now. And then I want to do the same thing over here. I want to actually get the track tore back some. And what I want to do is make this a double platform as well. I think the best option right now would be to sell off the trains. So I'm going to do that actually. So I'm going to sell our passenger train here. And I'm also going to sell our freight train as well for the time being. There we go. This will allow me to work easier. And I don't have to deal with all the trying to get the trains on a track that works. So we'll tear that back. We're going to upgrade Miramar as well. So let's go and work on that. And then we'll start extending the actual train all the way to Durham. So I'm going to get rid of all this and this. And then what I want to do is put some cargo platforms on this side. Just like this. I want to get rid of the track. And I want to upgrade that to a high-speed track. And of course, we're going to have the exact same thing as we did in Des Moines over here. Let's get rid of the central hub. Yes, it's causing me additional problems with the network, but we'll fix that. That's not a big deal. Anyway, let me get another cargo platform and place that there. And then we'll get a passenger platform. And then we'll actually put high-speed tracks, a double track in here as well. This way we can handle both cargo and passenger both. And they're both high speed. Great. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and pull this track back to Miramar. So let's go ahead and work on that. We don't want to upgrade, of course. 1 second. Here we go. So we're going to pull the track back up to there. We're going to turn on parallel tracks, which is a mod. I'll try to remember to link it in the description below. And it should build the other track, which it did. It kind of messed up there, but that's easy to fix. Now what I want to do is come over to Miramar and I want to hook up the passenger side to it. Just like this. Easy enough. Now passenger trains can get in and out of their station along with cargo. Now I want to head to Des Moines. Let's go ahead and rehook up the Des Moines network as well. I'll keep parallel track on, it should be fine. Just a tip and trick. If you're using that mod and you're going over a road, it's considered an object and it will not put down the other track. So just keep that in mind. We will go and put the track so the passenger line can pick up as well from here. And get back out onto the main. There we go. So now we have 2 stations done. We have Des Moines. And we have Miramar, which is great. So now what I want to do is set up some singles and I want to put cross tracks in. So let's go back and do that. So we'll put a track here and we'll just crisscross it over like this. Now let's go and put some singles in. Now the singles, I do have another mod called Auto Single. And this mod is actually whatever you set here. It will place the singles that far away from each other. So I'm going to go to 450 meters and I'm going to set one down. And as you can see, it kind of done the job for me, which is great. That's exactly what I was looking for. The only thing I have left to do is put another single on that side, which it didn't do, which is fine. So we'll just place that there. Now what I want to do is head to Des Moines. And in Des Moines, I want to do the exact same thing we did in Miramar, and that's just place a double track on what I call an X track here. And this should actually be fine right here. So I'll do this one, and then I'll put another one across too. Now we're good as far as rail from Des Moines to Miramar. Now what I want to do is start extending the track up towards Durham. So let's go ahead and work on that. The other thing I want to do really quickly before we go there is I want to come back each one of these cities in Des Moines, Miramar, and Durham and fix the local transportation. So we will come back to that in a little bit. So basically I'm just going to go straight for as long as I can until we need to start curving the track into Durham. And I'm going to leave the double track or the parallel track on for now. I generally know where I want to set the station up here. I just want a nice curvature to it. So the station's going to go right in about in this area. So I'm going to set the station down. Let's see. So basically what I want is a high speed. I want 4 tracks, and then I'll have to modify it. And actually I want an end station. I don't want a double. So basically I don't want the train going through the city. I just want it to stop right in here. It's going to cost us about $1.3 million to do this, but I think I'm okay with that price. So I'll set it down. We will go and configure it now. So basically all I want to do in this case is I want to tear out this section of it and set it up kind of like we had in Des Moines and in Miramar. And that's basically what I'm doing now, is I'm actually just going and getting the tracks replaced with the passenger platform. Also, the same thing goes for this station as well. So what I would like to do in this case is I would like to go and grab 2 cargo hubs and put them there along with 2 passenger stations close to the top. I would also like to get rid of this one as well. And now this is where the cost gets pretty bad, especially here in Durham, because I need to delete these. So, I mean, that was, I'm not sure how much money that was, but that was a lot of money that I just deleted. All those buildings. So I want to set a road there, and I want to get a central hub again. Same thing that we did before. So let's go get the truck stop and throw it down here. I will configure the truck stop as well. So we'll take that platform off. We'll throw a passenger station in here, and we'll extend the platform just slightly. And for the passenger station, we'll get a place they can hide out. And for the cargo station, we'll get it so in case we need to store extra cargo over here. So that is done. Our central hub is done in Durham. Our central hub is done in Des Moines. The only place that I have not actually done that yet is in Miramar. So let's work on that. So basically what I want to do is I want to come over on this side because I have more clear area for it. And I want to set down a couple of these cargo buildings at the end. And I want to grab some passenger buildings and put them up here. Now I want to get myself a road, and then we'll put back the central hub, central cargo hub. So I want to do something like that, but that's obviously and clearly not working. So let's try again. Let's go a little bit further out from it. It is going to destroy one building. It's going to cost $103,000 to do it. I'm okay with that because I'm going to set the actual central hub now over here at the end of the road instead, because I don't feel like I have any space to do any other central hub in the area. So we'll set that there. We'll go and configure this, And it's going to be exactly the same thing that we've been doing. And that's actually the terminal, not the truck stop. So let's go ahead and tear that out. I might not be able to put any stretcher behind this, but we'll find out right now, won't we? Yeah, it actually worked. Good. And yeah, we'll just make sure that we have enough storage in case of extra cargo in each one of the cities. So that pretty much completes the actual rail portion of this, besides buying another train. Now, here's the dilemma I face, okay? Passenger trains, since the start of this series, has not done well at all for me. And therefore, I think that I'm going to leave the passenger train off for now, and we'll add it in a couple episodes when we have more of a base and more passengers using public transportation. Now, I do need to update some of the track stuff over here. Like, for example, I need an X here. And I need to check the Durham one as well. So let's go ahead and finish extending this track all the way up to Durham. I'm going to leave the parallel track on. That should be okay for this section. It is. We also need some signaling up here as well. So what I want to do is go back down towards Des Moines before I do this. And basically we're going to use the same thing. 450 meters, and it's going to be past the cross track. So let's go find the signals. And I'm going to turn on auto signal. And this should actually work, which it did. Great. And now if it didn't place the other side, I will do that manually. So that's what I will do, and I will be right back. Now we need to put the cross tracks up here as well. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to set one here and then do right across it, just like this. So now we have cross tracks in all three cities. So we should be fine as far as trains getting from one side to the other. Let's go ahead and hook up the passenger section of this, even though we're not going to be doing any passenger transport by train for a little bit, but at least it's hooked up and it's ready to go. The bigger issue that I am looking at is trying to fix the mess I've caused here. So I need to go through all these lines, and we need to go and fix all this. Because, of course, we need to make sure our transportation system's working. So the first step into making sure everything's going to go correctly is to hook these roads back up. So let's go and work on that now. I may actually have to move down a little bit, like maybe try to start here. This is some of the problems I run into sometimes, so I think that's part of the problem. So what I could do in this case is I could come off of from here and try to see if I can get it to go across. No, I cannot. Alright, let me work on it and I'll be right back. Alright, I found an area that we can actually cross the track. I should have went with my initial gut. I seen that earlier and I'm like, nah, it's not going to work either. Anyway, so what I want to do is I want to curve the road kind of like this, and I just want to hook it up right in here. I'm going to pull back this dirt road a little bit. Not necessary to have that. Now this one I'm going to try to hook up to this area as well. So we're going to pull this back just a little bit more, and I'm going to go in here and I'm going to grab, actually, you know what I should do is I'm going to upgrade this to this one. There's no point in having trees on this. It's not in the city, so I'll upgrade that. And for the other one, I will use the same type of road. And basically all I want to do is hook this thing in somewhere over here. That's it. So I guess right about here will be fine. I want to keep enough space, and honestly, I don't like how that looks. So let's fix it really quickly. So I'm going to pull that back. And what I want to do is I want to come back in, and I just want to make a nice curve to it. That's the hope anyway. That looks a little bit better. I'll leave that. I'm okay with it. I'm going to terraform just slightly over here because this is going to drive me crazy. Ooh, not that. We don't need a brush size that big. So we'll go ahead and just terraform this slightly so it looks better than that. And I'm okay with that. Yeah, we're good. So now what we need to do is fix these lines. So the first one is our Des Moines food processing line. So what I need to do is come in here to line number 6. And this is actually the Des Moines grain to Durham alcohol. And I believe it comes back and then drops the food off. But we can look at that here in a minute. Yeah, this line got completely messed up. Since this line is messed up, we're just going to actually redo the line. That's what we're going to do. So basically, let me show you. So it starts over here at the Des Moines farm. And it runs all the way up to the alcohol distillery near Durham. It runs all the way back to the food processing plant in Des Moines or near Des Moines. And then it's supposed to hook back to Des Moines to provide food. And that is actually the entire route. There we go. So that should be set up just fine. Now we need to take a look at line number 5. Let me show you how line number 5 works. So if we come over here, it basically picks up in Lakewood at the oil sand factory over here, ships it down to the Des Moines fuel refinery, and then it ships into Des Moines. So let's go ahead and fix that line now as well. If anyone has a better naming convention than what I have, please leave it in the comments below. I always seem to need help with the naming convention. I've never came up with a solid one for it. So we'll go ahead and run that to the Des Moines fuel refinery, and then we will run it directly into Des Moines. There we go. Same thing. I'm going to go fix the line and I'll be right back. Alrighty. The Lakewood oil sand to Des Moines has been fixed. All stop times are turned off. It's going to pick up oil sand. It's going to drop it off. It's going to pick up fuel and drop it off in Des Moines where the train's located. So that takes care of line 5. Now what I want to do is take a look at a couple other lines. We have the Miramar line 7. So basically this line, the line 7 Miramar oil cargo, is basically going to start here at the Miramar oil well, go to the Miramar oil refinery, then it's going to drop off at the train station here in Miramar. And that's what that line's basically for. I will set up the line and then I'll be right back. Alrighty, so line 7 Miramar oil cargo has been set up. We're basically just picking up crude oil, dropping it off, pick up refined oil, and then sending the refined oil to the train station. So that line actually has been fixed. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to look at line number 8. Line number 8 is up here just a little bit north of Des Moines. And this is actually picking up the refined oil that Miramar is sending us. And it's taking it up to the Des Moines oil. It's taken up to the Des Moines fuel refinery is where it's going. So we're going to fix this line now. So we'll add the stations. So it'll go from Des Moines up to the fuel refinery. And it's the same principle. Full load, turn off all stop times. And this one's pretty simple. All I'm requesting it to do is pick up refined oil and drop refined oil off. And then if I wanted to, I could ship it right back to the same location, back to Des Moines, and tell it to pick up fuel, a full load of fuel, and drop it off at the train terminal in Des Moines. And that's line number 8. Now, if we take a look, all we have is line number 9. And 9 is pretty much a simple setup. Basically, it runs from the Des Moines fuel refinery for sand, and it ships it over to the Des Moines construction material plant. Now, here's the thing. It used to run all the way to Durham. It used to run all the way back up to Durham over here because they want construction. But I am seriously thinking about putting this line and shipping it down to Miramar, because if we take a look, Miramar wants construction material. So let's go ahead and do that now. So basically what I want to do is go from the Des Moines Exchange to Des Moines South. I want to shut off Lucas Street because I don't even know if that stops exists any longer. And I want it to ship right over to the train station in Miramar. We'll turn off all the stop times. I will make sure everything's set up correctly, of course. And actually, we'll do it together if you like. So it's picking up sand, and it's dropping the sand off where it should be, picking up construction, and then it's going to drop the construction off in Miramar. And this way, we can actually run it up to Durham if we choose. Now, I'm going to unpause the game and see what happens. As you can see, we still have about $12 million left. We still have a couple of lines that are not happy with us. And yeah, that is the train lines. The passenger, like I said, I will bring it back in the next couple of episodes. Maybe even the next one. We'll see how things go. As far as the first line, we're going to actually go and fix that now. So this is line 1. It's a train line, and basically it runs, I'm going to pause it so it doesn't do that. It's going to run from Miramar now up to Des Moines, and then it's going to continue on to Durham. And that's basically going to be line 1. I will buy a train here in a moment. We'll do that now. And then we need to go fix the passenger. So I want to go with the 442 Atlantic. I want to buy 3 different types of cargo transport. One's going to be a box car, so I'll get 2 of those. One's going to be tank cars, 2 of those, because we're picking up tools. I'm sorry, we're not picking up tools. We're picking up food. We're picking up fuel. And then last but not least is the flat car, because we need to carry the construction material. So for $5.9 million, we now have another train that we can put on line number 1. And now line number 1, unable to find path to stop. What are you talking about? Oh, that's what it's talking about. It's talking about my inability to reconnect the track. All right, no problem at all. Let's go ahead and fix that right now. So we'll go ahead and reconnect the track. And now the train should be able to be put out on that line. And here comes our beautiful locomotive. Heading to Miramar, which is perfectly okay. I'm okay with it heading to Miramar. As we take a look further, a lot of our factories are going to start actually having some issues. We're taking a look to see if production, as far as being interrupted by the change, it looks like it has a little bit, but I'm okay with that. The last one we need to check is the Des Moines fuel refinery over here. You see how it's going backwards? Yeah, productions pretty much have come to a standstill. It's going to take some time for this to rework itself out. In the meantime, I'm going to be looking at finances, possibly running in the red for a little bit. But that's something that I will deal with off camera for the most part. So now what I want to do is I want to come in here and I want to fix the passenger lines in this city. This is Des Moines, and you can see how it's not covering the city very well. So let's go ahead and work on that. So what I want to do is delete all these stations, and yeah, it's going to yell and scream at me about doing this, but it's perfectly okay. So I'm going to go through, delete the stations in Des Moines, and we're going to reset them down. So what I want to do is cover a much wider area. So we'll set one there. We'll set one here. Actually, I want it going the correct way, yes. And basically, I just want to cover the area kind of in a loop. I figure that they can just walk to the bus stops if they want to use our public transportation system. And I'll set one about right there. Now what we need to do is we need to go into the line. And I apologize, I realize I've had the game paused for quite a while. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually go and reset the line back up. So it's actually going to start from the Des Moines train terminal and it's going to head around the city just like this. Something very simple. So it can actually pretty much do that loop on its own. So Des Moines is taken care of. Now we're going to head to Miramar. As you can see, we're now in Miramar, and we need to do the exact same thing we did in Des Moines. We need to actually expand the area of which is being covered by our local transportation. I'm figuring once we have local transportation doing quite well in each one of these cities, then I'd be more than happy to add a passenger train for transportation back and forth between the cities. So let's see. There's another one over here. I almost missed one. I can't believe that. Actually, yeah, I can. Anyway, so we're going to go back and we're going to actually try to make this work. And that's not going to work because that's not a through street. So we'll take that one off of there. And we'll actually come back and we'll delete this one too. Please stay with me. I apologize. So what we're going to do is we're going to go this way with it. And we're going to loop around like this. I think this is a better option. And so it covers the same area. It's just, that's pretty much what it's about, is to maximize the buses so people can get around as easy as possible in your city. And that should be good enough, because at the end of the day, the route's always going to lead back to the train anyway. So line number 4, I'm going to give you fair warning. All these lines, the number system, and also the naming convention may change before the next episode. But we'll see what happens. And why are you not letting me select that? Come on. Thank you. So now it's going to start at the train station, and it's going to work its way around the city. And this will be the new public transportation for Miramar. And that's basically what's going to happen. The only city that we have left now is actually Durham. That's it. So now we're going to head to Durham. So welcome to Durham. So what I'm going to do initially is I'm going to find a road and I'm going to connect this up just like this. And now I'm also going to connect a road over here. And this will actually make more of a square loop than what we've got. I would love to go across the tracks, but I'm not even going to try that at this point. So what we'll do is we'll actually now start setting down some bus stops. We'll start here and we'll work our way around the city. And hopefully this will actually be enough to get passengers to ride our public transportation network. There we go. So now we'll set up a line. I don't think I have a line for Durham. I do not. So we'll set up a line. We'll make it a color of like that. It's good enough for me. This is going to be line number 10, and this is going to be the Durham public transport. And basically it's going to do exactly the same thing every other one has done, and it's going to loop around. And hopefully just like that. There we go. Durham is done. Last but not least is we need a road depot in this town, and then we need to actually start getting some passenger vehicles out on these lines. So let's go ahead and do that now. So what I'm going to do is get this one, the Schindler, and we're going to just place 2 of them out. We'll make it the same color as the line, and it can go out on line 10. Now I'm going to head to Des Moines and do the same. So we'll buy 2 more of these vehicles, and we'll set it out on, I believe it's line number 3. It's a darker green, and we'll get them sent out on Des Moines. And then we'll head down to Miramar. Alrighty, we're at Miramar. Let's go ahead and get 2 more of these vehicles and set them out on this line as well. So we'll set it the same color as Miramar, and I think Miramar is like, I'm not sure what color Miramar is. Is that like a red? Well, we'll go with red. If I'm wrong, well, We'll fix it later. So that is now, they'll come out and do Miramar as far as like getting people around the city. So we're going to go back and look at our hotspots, which one is starting to become a problem here, which I'm not sure why, but I'm not going to leave it alone because it's not blocking the main roads in the city. So I'm okay with that. As you can see, fuel is being put on the Des Moines train platform. If we come over here, we have fixed the traffic jam over here by the Des Moines fuel refinery. And since I can't leave things alone, I'm going to actually configure this, and we're going to extend this platform even further in. So we're going to go back to there, and we're going to extend the passenger side as well. And this should actually allow more vehicles in here. As you can see, I got them off the road finally. So as you can see, we also have refined oil being delivered here, which is great. And we have brick being transported, fuel being transported already on the train. That's great news. We have some refined oil over here in Miramar. So that line seems to be working the way it should be. And of course, we have nothing in Durham because we really haven't looked at what to ship from Durham back or what we're doing as far as goods. So that would make sense why there's nothing there. So the last thing I'm going to leave you with is our finances. We're going to take a look at our balance sheet. Currently, we have about $3 million available to us. We know that we've ate up all of our loans, all $30 million worth. All right. And each quarter, we're losing a substantial amount of money, except for this current quarter. We may actually, nope. Boy, that was a false sense of hope. I thought we were going to make a profit there for a minute. Anyway, so as you can see, we still have a lot of work ahead of us. And that was not the right menu. And if we take a look at our overall profitability, all of our lines are running in the red. I kind of knew that was going to happen because given the fact of what we've done. So I'm going to leave it there for today, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you so much for watching. It has been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I hope to see you in the next episode. And until then, goodbye.